Welcome to Webway Radio episode 36. I'm Kurt.
I'm Steven.
I'm Austin.
And today we're going to talk about the old days of wargaming, or at least from our perspective.
In our origin stories.
We don't go all the way back.
Yeah.
But we go
We're not that old.
ways. I mean,
we're old, but not that
I'm
old.
starting to feel pretty old.
Yeah. When
Austin
I
makes
realized
fun of me.
when I started 40K 20 years ago.
Yeah, yep. But a little short on games played this week.
Yeah.
Been a rough couple of weeks.
We'll talk about
3
it.
weeks? Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Some hobby stuff, did a little rearranging myself. Let's see. So we'll talk hobby progress, basically skip games played. And then we're going to talk old school stuff for a little bit. 5th edition, 4th edition, or 6th edition, things like that.
Yeah.
I'll reminisce about fantasy for a moment. You guys will make fun of me. Yeah, and then towards the end, I don't know. We talk a little bit about current state of 40K, I guess. Is that fair to say?
A little bit.
Your current state and how things are, how things compare.
And, we're trying something a little different this week with cameras. We'll see if it pans out. There may or may not be video on YouTube. And as hobby progress starts, one of us, I won't name who, forgot to hit a button to start recording. So we'll cross that bridge. So you might just see the logo there as hobby progress starts, but you'll see our smiling faces again soon enough.
Yep.
Anything else to add before we get going?
Not a lot.
Yeah, okay. No, I don't have anything to add. I think we kind of covered a lot.
Yeah. Well, hey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you made it this far. I do appreciate it. It goes a long way. Our last video on YouTube was one of our best, naturally.
Crazy good.
I think we did 15,000 impressions by the end of it, which compared to like the 200 or 300 we were getting. So like it's actually showing it to people. And I think we were like 50 something views last time. So
Cool. Yeah.
Well, also, and sorry for missing last week.
Oh yeah. It happens.
Late.
When they start paying us to do this, I'll be a lot more concerned about it, but that's a future us problem.
happen.
So we are just going to jump right into hobby progress.
Yep. All right,
good.
Let's get into it.
Austin, yours is looking a little bare.
Very bare. Yeah.
Okay. Steve, what's going on?
All right. Well, so I bought I buy a lot of stuff used on eBay because it's a little bit.
Got to save that money, especially with the new cost increases coming.
Yeah, with the new cost increases, it's the unfortunate part about that. So buying used also comes with stuff being pre-painted. I had to strip 10.
Was it advertised as pro painted?
No.
Well, that's good.
So it was
you
not
saved 20% there.
Yeah,
just
it was
off the
not
top.
advertised as pro painted, but man, this so the seller, he probably had his little scheme or whatever. It was like a brass copper scheme that he used, and he used like the texture paint on the bottom.
I hate that stuff.
Or like it was like literally like a clay.
Yeah.
So it took a bath in isopropyl alcohol,
As things do.
And with a toothbrush, I was able to get most of it off. I got all the basing off.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you get it's the prime's going to cover almost everything.
And also after I bought it, because I bought it as a assault intercessor squad. He decided to put all the special weapons on it. So I have like 2 guys with hand flamers, 2 guys with plasma pistols, 2 guys with power fists, a guy with a thunder hammer. And normally only the sergeant gets that. So I'm like, is this even like a legal?
Yeah, that was the next question. Is it legal?
No, it's not legal.
I would make it.
Popping off arms.
So now I have to go and pop off arms. I have to buy more bits to make them into assault intercessors.
Oof.
And then I wanted just buying another like unassembled assault intercessors box, and then you printed me off those.
The backpacks.
The jetpacks. So now I can have my jump pack intercessors,
Nice.
and I can equip them exactly how I want to, and then maybe use some of the extra bits to make an assault intercessor squad.
Okay. Cool.
On top of that, I also got a squad of Space Marine scouts with shotguns and one with a missile launcher. I got those guys stripped.
Sure.
Realized that the missile launcher was a recast.
I mean, as long as it works, right?
Yeah, I mean, it worked, but the problem is when stripping it, the recast is disintegrated.
Oh, it melts. Yep. No, that's
So now I had to buy another bit for just to replace the missile launcher in that squad of scouts. So I guess some of the woes of buying on eBay, make sure you know what you're getting into.
sure.
and be careful when stripping the paint off the said models.
Yeah.
And then I also got those 2 squads of Deathwing Knights painted.
Okay. Yeah. No, they look great.
Yeah. And a little fun part about that is when I got them, because I also got those used, all of the maces were broken because they're just kind of sticking
In
out.
shipping or
I think it was in shipping, or I think they were just broken to be because there's it's a big weak point. I was like, okay, plastic glue, no problem. Let's see what happens.
Pop.
They kept coming off, and then so eventually I had to pin them. But because they're so thin, I had to use like a staple,
which blows my mind that I could just use a staple. I was telling you pre-show, like I was cutting copper and like grinding it down and doing all the things. It was like I could have just used a staple.
Yeah, because you don't. It doesn't need to. It just needs to be.
Nope.
So I got thin enough bits with my pin vise and drill the hole. Use a little super glue, and bam, now they're solid.
That's amazing.
In this episode, Kurt discovers staples.
And I probably have them in my hobby bin. I just haven't ever thought to like do anything with it.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely like one of those things you can overlook.
Yeah.
Because you're like,
it's amazing.
Man, I need to use a brass rod, or I need to use this because, but staples are they're made out of steel.
Yeah.
So they're harder to cut unless you have like a hardened tool.
But I think if you pop the 2 short ends off, like you've got a perfect like 1 centimeter like
you can use the short ends as a shorter pin.
Yeah. Okay.
Imagine one box of staples just helping pin all of your.
Oh, and we have them. Being the husband of a teacher, she's probably got like 20,000 staples in a drawer back there. So it's fine.
And they're cheap at it.
Yeah. So as far as what I've been going on, or as far as what I've got going on, geez, as you can tell, you can't tell, I rearranged the hobby room a little bit. So I moved my computer desk. I actually swapped my computer desk and my paint desk. So the paint desk is now the crazy long table, and my PC desk is the shorter, fatter desk. Yeah. It's like if there's less room for me to just store crap on the PC table, there's less crap on it.
Yeah.
And it gives me more room for like all of my hobby things.
So for people who are watching on YouTube, the computer used to be over there. Now the computer's over here. The painting desk is still over there. But
It's
now
just longer.
it's just a longer table.
Yeah, it's like 2 feet longer or something.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize how much shorter it was or skinnier it was. So now it's like, oh crap. And that kind of threw off some of the feng shui with how things flow.
It looks good. I mean,
No. And of course, I've got like 8 projects right now. It was like, it's so clean. And I took pictures, and now I've got like 8 projects in the works. And it's just like, there's crap everywhere.
the Death Guard over there.
Yeah, I've got like 10
D&D bits.
boxes of Death Guard I've agreed to build and paint for somebody because I have time. It's not a big
Yeah, right? Yeah, good.
I don't have a backlog. It's fine.
Yes, but that started as like, I'm going to do this on a Wednesday night. And like Sunday, I'm still out here trying to like arrange things and move things where I want it. So that's been a fun task. I did start painting up my Cities of Sigmar Spearhead that I bought like 3 years ago.
I saw that.
I got one dude fully painted and like done just to kind of get the scheme down before I start mass producing.
Right.
I was gonna try to do this very artistic, like I'm gonna paint this horse guy like really, really, really good, and spent like a day just doing, and I was like, nah, and just decided to hit it with like the GSC, AK Interactive, Streaking Grime, except this one's black, not brown. So it makes the metal look very like worn medieval metal. It looks so good, and now I'm like, screw it, I'm just gonna mass produce these things and knock them out. So.
That reminds me when I painted horses when I was with a War Machine.
Oh yeah.
Because,
well, I was like, I'm gonna nail it, and I Googled all these different, because I'm not a horse guy. Like I don't, So I just Googled like some cool looking ones. So that's easy. And I was like, well, no, that doesn't look right. Let's do a layer of this, another layer of this, and trying to like get that perfect color. And then somebody was like, well, that's a whatever. The tail needs to be this. I was like, oh my god, I'm just painting them all. Yeah, like I'm out. So that was exciting. We'll say that exciting.
I could say I have a tiny bit of hobby-ish project.
Hit me.
So purchases count. I bought a D&D mini.
Oh,
custom made.
Move your mic in just a little bit. I can,
Right here?
Perfect. Oh, there, I can hear you now.
There we go.
Make sure it's pointing towards you. You're good. Yeah.
There you go.
That's better. It popped. Let's see.
We're good?
Test.
Hello?
Oh, yeah, we're perfect.
Perfect.
We're doing it live.
I'm just trying to...
Ish. No, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah. Yeah, we're trying to get the angles right, not show like the entire room because boy, it is a mess. Just like 2 feet left of Austin, so we don't look that direction.
Pay no attention to the man behind the camera.
But you bought a man. I wish I could pay somebody to be behind the camera. I need a Jamie, and I need a Jamie bad because I'm over here running the board, running the thing.
Jamie, play the clips.
yeah. But yeah, so got a D&D mini.
Yeah. So I bought from Hero Forge. So you can go on their website and you can use their little bits and make your own miniature.
Yeah.
And like paint it on there. And then you can order it like pre-painted and do, like 3D print. That same stuff they do for the GW terrain where it's like painted on.
I've looked at the printers that can do that and I saw prices and was like, you know what? I'm good.
I think it's an investment cost.
I don't care that much.
That's fair.
It's
I mean, if they're turning around and selling them, that's a whole different thing. Versus cool. Hey, I got to do this for my friends and make it more convenient for everybody. Nope.
on the D&D note, I know it's not a D&D podcast, but I did print some really cool tiles. I've been working on setting up a campaign for adults. And then last night, I kid you not, I was just sitting in here like twiddling my thumbs, and a good friend of mine that I've known forever texted me and was like, hey, my 12-year-old asked me about Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh boy.
And I don't know anything about DMing. He's like, is that something you and or your kids would be interested in? And of course I sent him the F it, I'm in, like, let's do it.
Let's go.
So that's, campaign number like 7.
Right.
Yeah. So that's getting worked on.
I mean, with kids, you can just do like a pre-written module.
Oh no, we're not doing that trash. We're doing something cool.
Oh, okay.
I already got big plans.
Yeah,
no, again,
we're talking about Kurt here.
Yeah, I don't have
That's
to.
fair.
Things.
We're not going to run a module. We're going to do.
I know
crafted campaign.
Purchases kind of count. I didn't technically buy anything, but I did go to Huntsville yesterday with the intention to. And they had these City of Ash like Spearhead box that had the all new Skaven and all new Cities of Sigmar. And I was like holding it in my hands again. I was like, I'm not going to do this. Like I made an adult decision. And standing in the store, I opened up my Ally bank account and I made a Adepticon savings account. And I was like, what's your tax rate here? Like, what's the total? She told me I literally just transferred that money into my Adepticon savings account. I was like, all right, we're good. So I'm at like $263. So
nice.
Yeah. Got one hotel night paid for. Now the rest. But that's pretty much it on hobby progress. I'm working on the Stranger Things SUV that Hopper drove for a friend of mine. He's got me airbrushing like the base layers.
Oh, okay.
So there's that. And of course I sprayed what I thought would be like the light cream color, but it turned out to be like a really good light brown color.
Yeah.
It's like crap. So now I have to find another really good light cream color for like the stripe down the side.
Yeah.
And then I messed up and I actually, right after I airbrushed, like, I'll go ahead and like tape off the things. I used that tape way too early.
It wasn't dry yet.
And like I had to redo it in a spot. And it was like, it just ripped the whole. I was like, oh no. So like there's a whole strip of like, I guess I have to repaint this, which means I'm probably gonna have to strip it, reprime it, and then repaint it. So yeah, I was like, there goes 2 hours on a Saturday I won't get back.
That's painful.
And I've had it since like May, and it got like put on the side burner and forgotten about. And then I found it when I was rearranging. I'll get you this week, buddy. I was like, oh no. Maybe next week. I'm sorry. So it's fine.
I messed up.
But yeah, lots of little projects out here. Like I said, I did the D&D tiles for the like overworld map. So those, they're really cool. Dang, that's a lot of work. I resin poured like the rivers and things and was starting to paint like the path or the trail through the woods and all that. Like it's so cool.
Okay.
Yeah, you check them out when we're done. Like it's cool. But that's really, I mean, I've done a lot, but I haven't done like anything, it feels like, if that makes sense, in the 3 weeks it's been since we recorded. So
yeah.
What about games played? It doesn't look like anything really from anybody. So I did have a Star Wars Legion game planned with John. But unfortunately I had something come up, minor family emergency at the last second. I had to bail out, but he's been playing Legion with some other guys. So, maybe, you know,
maybe.
So, we'll see.
Yeah. It's been very bare on the games played side.
Yeah.
I had for one weekend was my niece's birthday, and then this weekend was going to be, we were going to do some D&D, but stuff happened.
Fell through. I do want to shout out real quick though. I know it's been maybe 2 episodes ago. I was like, I bought stuff from this company and paintbrushes and like the secret sauce and all that.
Yeah.
And I think I mentioned last episode it had gotten lost in FedEx. Like it hit New Jersey and just the package disappeared. I emailed him. I was like, hey, finally after like 3 weeks, I was like, hey man, this.
I haven't got my stuff yet.
Yeah, I was like, I had a tracking number. It was moving and then it just stopped. And like within 5 minutes, dude emailed me back and was like, oh man, like I can see it stopped in New Jersey. Like we've had issues, like things hitting that point and just disappearing. Like, and he immediately sent me a form to like claim that it was lost and, the affidavit that like you get a new thing. So he can then file a claim with FedEx. Right. And so I filled that out and literally the next morning, dude had like another box in the mail on its way and he shipped through UPS this time.
That's actually kind of what happened when I bought a bit.
yeah. But huge shout out to the Gnomish Bazaar on the internet. Like just Google them. They're great. There's no Games Workshop stuff, but they have like all the other mini painting, brushes, basing, all your hobby supplies. Like go check them out. They're not paying me for anything, but like to get a response that quick and for dude to literally have the exact same box like dropped in the mail the next day, like that was cool. I got that box in like 3 days. I don't know if he upped the shipping or what, but like
nice.
It was nice. Yeah. Like it was just one of those like, man, I appreciate that. Like
this is a good company. I'm going to shout you out.
Basically, I don't know. Like everybody, there's that thing where like, if you have a bad experience, you tell 10 people. If you have a good experience, you tell 1 person.
Right.
I'm telling at least 2 and whoever else clicks the button.
At least that's actually kind of reminds me what happened when
and me running the board here, it's been on you guys the whole time, so I wasn't on mic for any of that. So I'm sorry. We're learning.
We're learning.
I'll just pay the kids to come out here and like, if it's Austin, you push this button. If it's Kurt, you push this button. If it's Steve, you push this button. If it's all of us, you push that button.
I need you to sit your ADHD butts right here and push the button.
It's like, stay quiet, hit the thing.
So, but that kind of reminds me, I had so I ordered the missile launcher replacement bit for the scouts.
Yes.
Yeah. Apparently, the original bit got like steamrolled. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what happened. Like
liquefied it.
He got like the seller got like the return package. Like, yeah, we damaged it, and it's like, and then he like messaged me on eBay and was like, yeah, it got somehow it got steamrolled. I'm like, and so I'm resending one out today. I'm gonna throw a couple extras in there, or a couple extra stuff in there, just gonna say like, hey, it's a missile launcher bit. I'm not really, whatever. It'll just go back and whatever he sends, I might use, I might not. I don't know. I don't know what I'm getting yet. But like I literally messaged him back. It's like, how do you anticipate this? Like, how do you anticipate that your package doesn't get steamrolled by USPS? He's like, I don't know. I don't know how I would anticipate that.
Yeah. USPS.
So, but that kind of reminds me of that. Like he was actually proactive with it. Because I'm just sitting there just waiting. I'm like, okay, whatever. I can just wait. That's not like I have to like, I'm like, tournaments around the corner and I need to I need this like now type of thing.
Speaking
don't wait until last minute to make your paint your minis, people.
Speaking of tournaments around the corner, WTC was last weekend. Team USA won it all. So, yeah. Apparently those games came down to the wire and like he just needs to score like 3 more points on this turn and like USA win. Like
it was teams, right? It was a team tournament.
8-person teams, so it was kind of neat. I had it up watching it at work because we moved offices and I was just like, I'm going to spend 5 minutes and I'm just going to watch this. And one of the guys was like, what is that? I was like, what's the World Team Championship? He's like, for what? I was like, where? And so I was explaining it to him and he was like, oh, like that's a thing? I was like, mm-hmm. Like they're in Belgium, so like 40-something teams fly out to bet. Like it's a whole thing. So it was kind of neat.
Play Warhammer, eat waffles, and have good chocolate.
Eat waffles. Is that what you think with Belgium? Yeah, okay. That's right.
Yes.
All right. But that kind of actually reminds me of a story I watched from because with all the controversies of 11th and everything, there was apparently a GSC player won a GT, a golden ticket.
I heard about this.
And it wind up that he because not many people play GSC. I mean, it's not as popular as a faction.
Just kind of have to non-agree with the rules sometimes.
Yeah, and effectively he was using extra war gear. Mm-hmm. He was using, I think, like a flare launcher and another thing that basically like you can't have both on the same model, and he was interchanging them. So he got. I'm not saying all GSC players, but I think he was.
Well, it was an app thing. The app let him do it, and it shouldn't have, which I think was the issue there. At least that's what I had read. I saw the Tactical Tortoise video about it. It was just like.
I mean, and it's not saying all GSE players are like that because they're not.
Well, I get my rules wrong all the time. Don't
exactly.
even.
I mean,
but usually
rules.
It's me shorting myself, not adding a ton of war gear.
not adding something like I ignore cover.
Lethals, like
cover.
So yeah.
Trust me, having played against your GSC multiple times, it's usually like, sure.
That should have been so much worse.
That model is.
Yeah.
I have no idea what I'm looking at.
I would love to actually play against your GSC with my guard. I think it'd be funny. Just fun, just being like guardsmen versus mutated guardsmen.
Yeah. We can get something set up. But let's take a quick break, and we will come back with our main topic today, which is the old days of wargaming. At least for us, like we weren't around for like the OG like Space Crusade, but we talk about our origin stories a little bit, if you will.
Origin stories.
And I get to learn things about old Warhammer.
What I learned? Well, you've played Heresy, so like you kind of know what it was like a couple times.
Played like 2 games of it.
It's enough to be like, this is different and more fun.
It is very different.
All right, so let's take a short break, and we'll be right back.
All right, sounds like a plan.
Sounds good.
All right, so we are back. So we're going to take Austin on a journey into
the past,
the old days, or 20-ish years ago for me.
Back to the Future theme starts playing.
No, we can't afford, we can't afford that.
No.
They will take us down so hard and so fast.
No.
But yeah, Spotify will kill anything now. It's a bummer.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's because I started in like 2000. About 20 years ago.
Yeah, it's about that time.
I'm old.
I think I was playing fantasy at the time, but it's all the same. So first question, what did the hobby store scene look like back then? Do you remember? Did you go to a hobby store? Or was it just you and like a buddy playing at the house, or?
Well, it started when I was in high school. For me, at least, it was. So I was in high school. Some of my friends were into it, and they showed me like old like a white dwarf, and like here's all the armies. I had a friend who was like playing Tau. I had another friend who was like in Space Marines. I was like, oh, I like the Imperial Guard. They look pretty neat. And then, I actually went into the Navy. I got discharged during training due to an injury.
Sure.
And I got phased out. So I came back home, and then they actually had a local games workshop store.
Oh.
That was not that far from my house. So I went there, and I played like a demo game, and that was the Battle for McCraig demo.
I remember that box very fondly.
They basically had like a little 3x3 or 2x2 board, effectively, and you played. Basically, an employee was like, "I'm the Tyranids, and here are the Space Marines, and this is what you got to do."
Yeah.
And then, they had the templates, and they had all the like the little measuring sticks, and then
The whippy sticks.
Yeah, the little whippy sticks.
I
remember how that old store was all set up because like they had like funny enough like a Space Marine, but like a Space Marine statue.
Yeah.
In the door, they had like the little demo game. Then they had like a hobby table. So effectively, it was like a table where you would basically have like paints that you could use. You can bring your stuff in, sit down, and just sit and paint.
Oh, that's nice.
And then they had like 6 tables in the back where you can play games. And that's that back when the tables were 6x4. Mm-hmm. And they had a terrain and everything else back there. Jeez, so you would like sometimes just walk into the store, say, "Hey, you want to play a game?" To some other person, like random person, and you play a game against them.
Huh.
Wait,
Nice.
they still have the hobby tables. I know the one over in Cool Springs.
I can't hear you at all. Just FYI.
What's that?
I can't hear you at all.
At all?
At
That's
all.
not good.
I mean, I can now, but you were so far back and at an angle, so just
Is that good now?
you're good now.
Okay. Anyways, as I was saying, they still have those hobby tables at the Games Workshop store, like over in Cool Springs.
Yeah.
They've still got like one of those. It's like a little 2-man hobby table. Either side, they get the lights and little paint holders and brushes and all that.
Yeah. And then that Games Workshop store did actually go out of business when I think after 7th or during 7th, when the Games Workshop took a really big
the dark times.
The dark time. And then because the employees there were hobbyists and they're good, they were friends of mine. Some of them were really good painters. They actually wound up working for other game stores in the area, and that's actually when the game store that I grew up with, but like afterwards, like the guy opened up a game store called the Battle Standard. There's also a game store called the Time Machine. The Time Machine also is at the time with it was actually in an old warehouse, and they sold everything hobby wise, like RC cars, model trains, and in fact, they even had like a whole separate floor dedicated to just model trains on top.
That's pretty cool. It's like the hobby town I go to in Kennesaw, where it's just like there's a whole room of just like train things.
And they would run the trains like every other Sunday.
There's a display. You push a button, and different ones and different parts of the display turn on.
It was like in an old factory. They did like you could tell it was an old factory. You go there in the wintertime because my this was up in Connecticut. And it was cold because it just could not heat that place. But yeah, no, it was so all these other places, and that's when I played Warhammer, I played War Machine, I played everything there, but it was like a hobby place, a place to hang out, and then a place to play games. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
And then I had to kind of back away because of job and everything. And unfortunately didn't have time to go up there anymore.
Sure.
And then I moved down here, and then like I get these places that are like table fees and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
It's just so different nowadays.
Yeah.
But I also kind of understand that like
the golden age of hobby stuff. I know here there was nothing. My buddy tried to open a store for a little bit and split that with a computer store, but for the most part it was, on the DakkaDakka and Warseer forums, because that's how it was back in the day. I know Harry from Warseer was like the big Warhammer fantasy leaker.
I also remember there was no app, there was no stuff updating. It was your codex was printed, and if you were just bad in that codex,
congratulations, your next 6 years were bad.
All you got,
I know I did a lot of my purchases through the War Store, which went out of business probably a decade ago or so now. But it was one of those places you got 20% off, but you had to call because you couldn't do any online ordering back in the day with Games Workshop, third-party places. You had to call. Or you could send them an email and they would send you this massive Excel sheet with everything they had. But then you had to call and basically say, like, I want, this and this and this, and read off the codes for them. And then they would send you the invoice and you'd pay. And of course it'd show up like a week later. So it was amazing. As far as learning to play, like you said, there was no YouTube back in the day. So it was, you're in somebody's kitchen table or something.
Yeah, tabletop game.
My first game was learning to play. I wanted to play Tyranids because, they looked awesome. And I believe Battle for McCrag had recently come out. We still had the half plastic, half metal Tyranid Hive Tyrants.
I remember those. Those are
a nightmare.
So annoying.
Because sticking that metal to that plastic did not work out well.
No.
Of course, this was before I knew about pinning. And the first game I ever played, it was, I didn't have the models because we just wanted to see if I liked it. So it was like, all right, we emptied our penny jug or our coin jugs. It was like the quarters over here are warriors and the nickels over here are hormigons and things like that. And that's how my first game got played against my buddies.
And this $50 is a hive.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much. And it was sticky notes with the units, like this is this and this and this. And that's the base sizes weren't right, but it was enough to be like, okay, this is pretty cool. And then I'd run up to like Dawn of War or whatever and, paint my army.
Yeah. It was
those were the days.
It was interesting getting into the hobby back then. It was interesting learning about the hobby. You had to like know somebody.
Yeah. It's like a secret club almost.
Yeah, it was like as like if you were just like a normie, like I say this like back then, if you're just like a normie and just walked past the store because like I'm gonna walk into the store with this giant 8-foot statue in the doorway, and stuff like that. And granted, I mean the Games Workshop employees, they're the ones who got people into it who got curious enough to walk into the store.
Like, hello there, guy off the street.
How you doing?
To be fair, if I saw a giant statue of an armored dude with a gun, little 8-year-old me or whatever, I've been like, oh.
Yeah. You're going to have to scoot in some, man. I can barely hear you.
Here?
Perfect.
There we go.
You're too far away. Yeah. So I've got Warhammer Fantasy on here. Let's skip that and reminisce about some old school 40K. I'm gonna circle back to it, but let's talk a little.
Kurt doesn't
old
want to
school
hurt his
40K.
feelings so early.
Man, I would play Old World tomorrow if somebody else would go in, but I can't force anybody to buy like $2,000 worth of models to play 2,000 points.
That's fair.
Anyways, so vehicle rules, almost like Heresy now.
I noticed that when you brought up Heresy and everything, Heresy was like probably a refinement of like
that's all it is. Well, Heresy initially was just an expansion. Yeah. And then in 2.0, that's when they like deviated a little bit and kind of tweaked. I think it was 6th. And of course now 3rd edition Heresy is just its own game. But yeah, we had the armor facings and vehicle toughnesses and things like that.
I got the old rule book.
Yeah. I kept that rule book for the longest time as a Heresy reference because it was the same. And then once it split, I was like, all right, we're done. And I think it's around here somewhere. I'm not going to go looking for it.
Probably down there.
It's in the old pile. I don't have room. I need to just put that other shelf together and just put all that on the shelf because I'm not getting rid of it, which I guess I could do that tonight. You
mentioned Dawn of War as like part of the little origin of getting into the hobby.
Yeah.
That's actually how I first ever discovered Warhammer.
So many people did.
Was Dawn of War. Because when I was super young, I was really into RTS strategy games. Like I played Age of Empires, all that stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
But that was one of the games I had was Warhammer 40K Dawn of War. I didn't know Warhammer was like its own thing. I didn't know anything about the tabletop or anything.
People didn't.
But that was how I discovered Warhammer, was playing that.
And I think
that Dawn of War game.
Unfortunately, pour one out. It got delayed. The new one.
Yeah.
But I think something like that is going to bring so many people into the hobby.
Oh, that and Total War 40K, those are going to...
Yeah.
They better have some boxes ready to go when the game comes out.
That's the thing is, so that's actually what I think what brought 40K more into the light, more into like the popularized. Because you have games like Dark Tide. You have games like Space Marine and Space Marine 2.
I have Canadian friends that play Dark
War
Tide.
Brought so many people in. The first and second ones.
Yeah.
The third one is we won't mention it.
It's bad.
But I was actually like looking through the rule book. Do you with you know how like the whole thing with the fights first and everything going on here, and I think I said a while ago, let's just bring back initiative.
Oh, 100%.
So
that's one of the great things about Heresy is like,
I was like reading some things and like, there's weapons in here that have unwieldy that guess what? Now you're at the last step of initiative.
Thunderhammers last.
Thunderhammers.
So you can charge me, fists. I can kill you, and then nothing happens. Like
it didn't help your Raven Guard.
Well, it's fine.
But like I just remember like the whole thing with fights first, and like that was a whole controversy when 11th came around because they're just trying so hard to just get that like right.
Well, and I have some really hot takes on that orc book. I don't know if we'll get to it based off timings, but maybe. We'll see. Maybe, man, we got to start doing bonus content or something. Like, you want to hear Kurt tirade about like his My Mini Factory experience looking for a knight model? Oh, have I got a story for you?
Just those end of episode rants that we get.
Yeah, me and Mark cut so many things. For our 10 listeners, I'm good. Again, it's time
for $1. To watch Kurt rant.
It's got to be more than that to justify me losing my job. But you didn't have missions back in the day, really, either. You played kill points. Yeah,
that was the most common way is kill points.
That's all we ever played.
Well, because it was easy, right? It's just not like, hey, I need to like you set up and go. Also player place terrain.
Well, that was only during.
That was like 6th and 7th.
Yeah, Frontline brought it back for a little while, but.
Like I remember setting up a table and like just going, hey, I'm going to put this here. You put this here. I put this here. We're going to have like 5 pieces of terrain on this thing. Really open board.
Yeah. I know games took all day and that's kind of how it feels again now, but.
Games only took like 3 to 4 hours. I think
the way we play though, like it was just like, hey, we're gonna hang out and like
well, there's like
Warhammer, and
if you're concentrating on the game, it should only take about 3 to 4 hours.
Well,
yeah, like the
Should
like the beer and pretzels type thing. Where
Yeah,
it's like
and
it's
that's
on
like,
the table, but you're just
hey man,
chilling.
Saturday afternoon, we're gonna start at 2, and like we'll be done at like midnight because we had dinner and did things. And
Yeah.
So, as far as mechanics and things go, one of the things I really do miss, and this kind of goes to fantasy and 40K, was the magic / psyker phase. And if I think about it when I'm editing and I hear myself say this, I'm hoping I'll be like, I'll put that chart on the stream. So we'll see. So look somewhere. I don't know. I'm backwards. I don't like that.
I'm actually looking at the psychic phases here.
But it was like
book.
you'd roll your 2d6 to see how many psychic dice you got. Your highest number was the amount of dispel dice you got. And you might need like an 8 to cast that spell, and you roll as many dice as you want. If you get double 6s, you're going to it can't be
Perils
interrupted.
with the warp.
Yes.
Perils.
But if you roll double 6s, you get perils, and it's like you might turn into a demon spawn or just explode or whatever. But the spell goes off. But your highest dice, you could also, as the opponent, could throw dice to try to counter that spell. And if you beat their number, it didn't happen. And so it was this weird, like, how I know he's got this big spell coming. I better save my dispel dice. So I'd be throwing little dice trying to get you to dispel things. So at the end, you'd be out, and I could be like, I almost said something. You can't stop it. So that was the fun little, like, whatever.
Aren't they bringing some kind of new psychic rule?
Well, and that's my new Orc Codex tirade at the end. If we get there, we'll see. Something I don't miss are the charts that just were painful for painful sake. And even in Heresy now, they still have the weapon skill chart. I was like, there's a better way. Like I shouldn't have to look this up. Because it used to be strength versus toughness, and it was all the things, and it's just
I will say, just from playing Heresy versus playing 40K, I like the 40K way of doing that.
Yeah,
strength 3 toughness is like if it's higher,
that's
then it's
basically how that works. It's just the weapon skill tables that are a massive pain in my butt.
Weapon skill tables, ballistic skill tables, because that was like when your ballistic skill was 2, you hit on 5. Mm-hmm. When your ballistic skill was 5, you hit on 2.
Yeah,
and like it's
not easy for new players.
Not easy for new players with the old tables and everything. Mm-hmm. Granted, I would like to have it where hey, let's take like maybe like a refinement of old Hammer, or not old Hammer, old Warhammer 40K. Be like, I'm hitting on a the no ballistic skill table or anything like that. The wound table, I mean that's kind of understandable. Hey, if I'm double your toughness, I'm wounding you on a 2. If I am...
Well, it used to be double toughness.
It used to just be if you were 2 or more.
We had a rule called instant death, and we liked it. But I digress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Here's the old wound chart.
Yeah. Again, I don't want to get too in the weeds here, but, and there was a lot more, I feel, random things that would happen between the templates and the charging. There's a lot... I don't know, and part of it's nostalgia, but then when we're playing Necromunda, like you throw the grenade and it hits the wall, then you roll to see where it bounces. Yeah. Like that's pretty cool. I like that.
I loved that.
But it's not a competitive game, so it's not as big a deal, and you don't have like real sweaty people like trying to there's 3 here, no, there's 4 there, and it's a judge and then I moved my hand a little bit. I didn't mean to. Like it's a mess for I think where Warhammer 40K is now. That's
something I've not been a fan of. Going from just from 10th to 11th, like when they're saying, all right, we're taking away random dice rolls for attacks now. Like your flamers are no longer D6. It's just 3.
Yeah. Did they show all that off in the Orc Codex? I haven't looked in like a week.
I don't know, but that's been the hot rumor for a very long time because they've been just taking that stuff away.
Yeah, I think it's like Blast or something like that now, as opposed to back when I started, Flamer template.
And that's the best, in my opinion.
Flamer template, small blast, large blast. But the thing is also then you were pretty much required to have those to play a game. If you didn't have those, then
it came in all the starter sets, and they sold them for like $8 on the website. Pour one out, like a $60 kit now.
Yeah.
But as far as like model kit and design, I mean, we've come so far.
Yeah, I bought some of the old models I have for Battle of McCraig.
Yeah.
This is like a Battle of McCraig Space Marine. Like, it's very simple. It's
tiny.
It's tiny. It's it's a static pose. And then I got the Dark Vengeance one, which is like 2 editions later. And okay, it's a little bit more dynamic. He's not holding his gun straight up against it, but it's still a 2-piece model, or 2 or 3-piece model.
Yeah.
And then with 11th edition, you have your Primaris, which this was a multi-part push fit model.
Sure.
And just the scale is just so crazy.
I don't know that even on camera you can pick that up.
It's really hard. I'll have to like
it's fine. Yeah.
put it closer, but it's just interesting to see the level of detail. You know, actually it does increase between like the McCraig and Dark Vengeance, but then the level of detail increases even more when you go to the 11th edition starter box.
Oh, I mean, it's come so far, and you know, we don't have metal models anymore. There's still a few fine casts floating around.
I miss and I don't miss the metal models.
There's nothing about metal that I'm like, I wish I had
because
that
hey,
back.
let's have pewter, and then you can't super glue it because it has a release agent on it, and it doesn't. You have to like wash it before you assemble it, and all that stuff. Oh, these models also were on slotted bases.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and even now, like the paint options we have are just incredible. It's no longer just Citadel pots. It's Army Painter and Vallejo and
Interactive.
Too Thin Coats. Yeah, AK Interact. I mean, there's so many different places.
Back when I started, there wasn't speed paints.
Oh yeah,
contrast paints.
That's all new.
That's actually really new. And like I started using contrast paints, and man, I'm a fan of contrast paints.
It's so easy.
They have a use. Yeah. Back in my day.
Yeah, that's what you're hearing right now.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like, you kids got it so
balance.
easy. You've got contrast paints.
And even the community though, like we have so much organized play, and I think a lot of that's, you know, thank you Frontline Gaming for building the ITC up and having a standardized rule set. But you know, tournaments and even the content creators we have now. I mean, back in the day it was mini wargaming, and that was it.
yeah, there wasn't that many.
There's you many people doing it now.
And yeah, right. Hi. But like you get people like wargame. You know, you got people who live stream events with like good, with decent camera setups, and people can say, "Hey, this is what it's like," and you're actually watching two random tournament goers play. And like, man, this is a competitive scene, but these people are laughing and having fun with each other. And then it makes more people want to go. It's an experience.
I watched a group of dudes that went to an event that was hosted by the I can't think of the name. The guy that runs the channel is Lawrence. I don't like him. I don't like the channel so much because they're almost too like exaggerated with their reactions and things. You know, Tabletop Minions, Tabletop Titans, not Titans.
Tabletop Titan.
No, it's not Titans. It's the other one.
Tabletop Titans does the terrain. They've got like the fold up terrain.
Yeah. No, but I can't think of the name. But anyways, he was there, like it was their event space underneath their studio.
Yeah.
And like it was so cool. Because he was just hanging out. He's like, yeah, we're shooting something upstairs. I just thought I'd come down and like high five and do the. I was like, oh, it's kind of neat. Like,
I mean, shoot, you've got like channels like 40K in 40 minutes where you get to watch.
I think it's those guys. I think.
Yes,
it's that channel, whatever that channel is.
Yeah, 40K in 40 minutes.
Well, no, it's a channel that's one of the series in the channel.
I'm pretty sure it's literally called, like, their channel name is 40K in 40 minutes.
I'll look it up. But well, they do all kinds of Sigmar stuff too, and it's the same people.
Well, they call it AOS in 40 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and with the old days with the vehicles, you didn't have wounds. Like you can get one lucky shot and goodbye, Lehman Russ.
It's gone. Things like what was it? Was it 6th or 7th? Like whoever was the closest to the model that shot, like the closest models died.
Yeah.
So you had to bury your characters and sergeants in the back in hopes that they didn't get like shot out of the unit on accident.
Yeah, that's actually it was. And then also with the blast and all the templates, you had to also like everyone was at max coherency. So your 10-man unit was every model was 2 inches apart from the next model, and it made 1,500 point games cover a 6x4 board.
Wouldn't that be great again? But anyways, I digress. Yeah. So I mean, pricing, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. It's like double what it was.
Oh yeah, no, I looked at the cost. I looked at the cost of this codex I bought back in the day. It was $25.
Yep. Not granted, they're back down to 40, but
yeah. But also the codex itself is full of a lot of lore, a lot of artwork.
Yeah. Well, supposedly there's 100 pages of lore in the orc book, which I thought was impressive, but maybe offer that separately and sell me the game book for 20.
Very nice. Let's see Paul Allen's
Anyway,
codex.
As far as like memorable stories or anything, I mean, do you have any like crazy stuff from back in the day? Or
I think I remember one game I played in 6th edition where I actually played against the a Warhammer tournament goer by the name of Alex Fennel.
Yeah.
He was actually like he won like ITCs and like actual like GTs.
Yeah.
Really good player. And I remember his armies. His armies were always like Chaos Space Marines, but he painted them pink purple with like fairy wings on them. It was hilarious.
Hobbyist.
Yeah, he was he's a hobbyist, and he's a great opponent and everything. And I remember like I'm playing my Imperial Guard and like old Imperial Guard with like veteran squads and all this stuff with heavy weapon teams, and they're in chimeras and they're shooting the heavy weapon out of the back of the chimera because makes sense. And he set up his Eldar as because he had the first turn, and then I seized the initiative on him. Is that I had first turn, and all of his Eldar were flat-footed. And
that was, man, I miss Seize the Initiative. I wish they would bring that back. Like, give me a chance to go first or second,
Yeah. So basically, it was unlike now where you set up to see who goes first, and you set up to see, then you roll off to see who takes first
Actually
turn, and
goes
it's not a selection. You take first turn or you take second turn, and nothing else.
Well, even back in the day, like the Raven Guard gave you bonuses to those rolls to help control. Do you go first or second, and when you can deep strike and things like that. So that was very kind of fluffy back
Also,
in the
deep strike mishaps. Imagine losing a 150 point unit of Terminators to a deep strike mishap.
When you can bring stuff in an inch away, like
you could also bring people in like right in people's face. But if you just mishapped a little bit, goodbye unit.
Yep. Man, those were the days.
Those were the days.
So as far as the listeners go, like, do you have a favorite edition? When did you start playing? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Curious to see
origin stories,
where our people are from. Yeah.
If you started years ago and then you took a break and came back,
or you're like me,
or you're like Austin and you started in 10th edition. Everyone has an origin.
And now I'm going to go back to my Warhammer Fantasy days here. The big blocks of infantry. Just awesome. Having like a 30-man block of high elf spearmen, and it was
the movement trays.
I gave all those away. And
they were all on square bases too. Like they were on like 1x1 square bases,
and you had to assemble your guys to be
so they can be in
base to base like that. Yeah, and you couldn't have like anything hanging over too much because like the guy next to him wouldn't fit. So if this guy was too far to the right, your other guy had to be like a little more to the left and try to balance it out. And on the bottom of your bases, you could write like, 1-1, 2, 3, 4, 2-2, 3. And so you kind of knew where they went because otherwise they're not going to fit on there. And when Jordan assembled her high elves,
like legitimately like ranked, and they had like trays that were like 6 inches wide. You can do 6 and then like up to like 4 back. So you had like 24, 25 people.
Yeah, that's what they call a rank and flank game.
Yeah.
Yep.
You could fight first row, maybe second row, but I think Spearman could go 3. I think it was 3 deep. But so that was like, how Spearmen are so good because like you get like an extra 50% attacks or something. So those were the days. You had a ward save, after invulns and everything else. Like, now you're on 6s, like nothing happens.
Basically like a feel no pain.
Kinda. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's kind of what that became, huh? And just the buffs you could throw, your spells that would just wipe out like whole units. And
I didn't ask how big the room is. I said I cast fireball.
Basically, terrain to where like if you walked into the woods, you had to roll a d6 to see like, do you get healed or does it kill you, or like nothing happens, or maybe you get an invulnerable save this turn. Like,
is this a normal woods or is this elf woods?
I mean, but it was things like that just gave every game a little bit of flavor. Like, oh, we put a river on the map. Like, let's roll to see, can we cross it? And do you have to go across the bridges? And
I mean, like even back then, you had 40K units that had amphibious rules because of swamps and rivers. Like you can literally or you can cross a difficult terrain as a tank and then lose a track and become immobilized.
Yeah.
Like imagine I'm going to move this tank. Oh, I got immobilized. I'm no longer moving.
Well, even going over terrain in Heresy now, like if you hit difficult terrain or whatever, you have to make that die roll, and your Spartan might just stop in the middle of the table because you hit that speed bump. And it's great. Bring it back.
And now it's nothing but L-shaped ruins.
Great. Well, it's not L-shaped ruins now. Granted, ruins are everywhere, but it's still
still a
it's
lot
just
of
now
Ls.
you can put anything you want on where you normally put the L-shaped roofs.
I think I sent a screenshot from that video I was watching in Lawrence's play space, and that's where they had that Necromunda terrain on the footprints.
Yeah.
And that was like, huh.
Oh, I'm so excited to play Necromunda again.
Oh man, I'm very
I want to see what he does with that terrain he's talking about.
Yeah. Also, I think Zach's looking to be another enforcer guy, so we're gonna have 2 enforcer gangs.
I mean, we need police in the gang, or in the hive. It's fine.
I'm gonna come in there with Judas Priest playing, just breaking the law.
I told Zach if he's playing Palatine enforcers, he has to talk all in dread quotes.
Yeah. Poor kid's never seen the movies.
Really? Oh man.
Well, then he said, what was it? He was going to do Demolition Man quotes. Why not both?
Why not both? Why not?
Porque no los dos?
That's great. So in a weird, went to Huntsville yesterday with Jordan. Just kid free. We need to go to Sam's Club, and we went to dinner, and it almost felt like, did you watch The Grim in the Dark? If you're watching a TV show or a movie and it's people are like sitting down and the conversation feels very forced in like reality TV shows.
Oh yeah.
I feel like we kind of had that. I feel like if somebody was watching us have the conversation, it felt like that kind of conversation.
Oh,
because she was like, we ordered our food and she just looks at me. She's like, so what's to do with Warhammer? And kind of explain some of the issues that I'm not going to go into now that I was having. And I was like, and so she was like, well, why don't we try the mini Wargaming Ravaged Stars? And I was like, it's been like 4 years. They're still not shipping product. Like I can't in good conscience give them money and like not know if I'm going to play this fall or when my kids are graduating high school. So
maybe go to college,
So I ran through at the table with her just some of the things that were out there. And I think she is now kind of convinced to try 1-page rules. She's like, well, are there custodians? Like, well, yeah, babe, there's a 1-for-1 for everything. It's just the rules are like a front and back piece of paper.
Yeah.
And I bought the $5 PDF last night on Drive Through RPG, kind of just flipping through it. I was like, interesting. So I think something like that for her might be perfect. And I know Jeff and I have talked about trying it for ages, but it's interesting. They have their like fantasy equivalent. They have their Sigmar equivalent. They have their kill team equivalent. They have their spearhead equivalent. Like it's very interesting that they are just trying hard to get in on that.
Speaking of Jeff, apparently he's also really big into X-Wing like me.
He bought into it. And I was like, I don't know, man. They're about to kill the game. And he bought everything. And like literally the next week at Adepticon, they announced they were sunsetting the game.
Yeah.
So
maybe Jeff and I could play a game or two of X-Wing.
Yeah.
Because like I have it. I have all the stuff. I have the rule book. It's very light on rules.
Yeah.
Like I can literally like sit down to play Matt, and you can learn how to play the game, and it's all about movement and not about like
sure.
Yeah.
The crunch or whatever.
The crunch. It's not super crunchy. It's very the rules light.
I've been purging so much out here, especially with some of this move. Like I took the that Mantic game, the tiny scale Mantic game. I had 3D printed like that whole army.
Yeah.
I threw it away. I was like, I'm never going to touch this. So
yeah, I mean,
I'm not holding on to this for another 15 years. Like it's gone now. I'm like $20 in on 3D printing. Done. So
yeah, your investment cost is low.
So I think MCP's next. I think I'm going to try to sell the Drakari. Thinking about the elves. I'm not sure. she'll want to play them again at some point. I'm going to feel super bad selling them, but you know.
I mean, even like Drew Carr, I know you were pretty like a little burnt on.
I'm burnt on all things 40K right
Yeah.
now. But I just, the way they've changed that army so many times the last couple of books, I'm tired of chasing.
Like, I have no idea how this is supposed to work.
Yeah. And I'm tired of retooling everything, every edition to work the way they've decided they want them to play now.
Yeah.
And I'm not happy with it.
I know I've been semi trying to champion, like, I'm like, hey guys, I bought into Flashpoint. Anyone want to play with me?
I don't want to start another game. I want to play things I have, not. And same with, like, what did I just say? I don't remember. But it's like Necromunda. Yeah, I've got like 8 boxes of stuff. I can do that. I've been dying to do that. I've said many times on here, if I could play Necromunda and Heresy, like, I'm probably out of 40K.
We both have Blackout.
Do we still?
Did you sell it?
I got rid of it, but I didn't sell it.
Oh, did you throw it out?
I threw everything out but the models.
Okay.
And they're all still on sprue. So, yep. If you want the box, you can take it with you. I'm out.
That's sad.
It's room, man. I got stuff.
Yeah.
So, anyways, but it was neat to have that conversation with her. Just kind of her watching how things go and what we're doing out here. She's like, what's the deal? Because for a while there, it was like 3 or 4 games a week. And then it was, I saw some flaws. So I'm out for a bit. We'll see. New patch is supposed to be Wednesday or Thursday.
New
So
data slate should be coming out shortly.
Taking the
probably
WCT data.
when this episode is uploaded, we'll probably have a new data slate, which is going to change a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. So
it's a new edition. They're kind of like waiting for things, seeing how people go. I mean, I'm not like, I would like to play. I would like to play more in person.
Yeah.
But I also understand I'm not going to try to force like you to play.
Yeah. Well,
like,
that's
because I also know like my play style is very skew, and no one likes playing against skew. So I'm like, I made a list that's not skew anymore.
Yeah. But I think I said the chat too, and I got the quote from talking to her. It was like, I'm not getting the amount of enjoyment out of the 4 or 5 hours it takes to play.
Right.
And by round 3, my ADHD is just done with the game, and it's just not fair to whoever I'm playing for me to like just be playing on my phone waiting.
Yeah.
And just throwing stuff out to die because I want the game to be over, Yeah. And I feel like that's been my last 3 or 4 games, and I'm just not. I played a lot of games. I played a lot of different dispositions and list types, and I don't know. It's very pigeonholy. So we'll see. I'm not selling all my stuff. I just
they have to. They're still patching.
We just need a break.
Well, and back to where a half hour ago I mentioned, like, we'll talk about the Orc Codex, like the power creep in that codex already.
Oh boy,
it seems unreal. And again, who knows?
Army now.
Yes, and now they've gotten a ton of buffs here and there, and like they're the only ones with this fancy new psychic phase. And so I feel like now with these books, it's kind of the haves, their codexes, and have-nots, their codexes. And if you're playing somebody that has a codex, you're in trouble.
I guess we'll have to watch like Warp Fiends and see what happens after the drop.
Yeah. So
from what I know, it's at least better than 10th when everybody was indexed.
Well,
because now you at least still have a codex.
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of question marks. I need a couple codexes to come out, and I think we'll know a lot more when the Space Marines drop, because we know kind of where they're kind of at on the balance scale, or should be.
Yeah, I mean we're always going to be pretty much usually middle of the road.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, aside from a few times when we were just like, they're the best army in the game.
Well, they're Space Marines. You kind of expect, they sell like 80% of the sales. Like, yeah, they need to be
But they're always
good.
going to be the benchmark of like, this is the middle of the road. These armies are way too powerful, and these armies are not powerful enough. And Space Marines are usually the ones right in the middle dictating that.
Where the line
that
is.
power level.
Yeah. So it's a interesting dynamic, I guess. I don't know.
I'll be interested to see whenever my codex comes out. So
yeah.
Yep. Well, we'll just have to wait. Maybe there's going to be another guard codex, another Space Marine codex.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going to happen next 3 years. So.
So right now my plan is to just play things like Necromunda, try Spearhead, and just play small, faster games that don't take my entire Saturday.
And not to push it too hard,
Sure.
but we do still have TTS. So if you ever did want to play something like Flashpoint or like Blackout or something, we could always do that on TTS.
Yeah. So I think with all that being said, we should probably wrap this one up. I'm at an hour-ish. I won't say the number. Not that the whole internet can't see the number on the screen, but it's fine. I really hope this video isn't as choppy as it looks here.
I hope so.
And we were about a minute and a half into Steve's hobby progress when I realized I had not hit the start recording video button, because it's a new button. I haven't had to click it before.
Oh boy.
So
we're learning.
Yes,
we're learning.
So I'll say something in the intro about that. So this has been. Is this 36, 35? I got 35 on here. Y'all gonna make me Google it, ain't you?
Just go on the files. Look at what the last one was.
This is 36.
Yes,
I think.
36.
Okay. This has been episode 36 of Webwig Radio. I'm Kurt.
I'm Steven.
I'm Austin.
And we will talk to you next time.
See ya.